It's now 9:45. We left the house at 6 o'clock this morning to see if we could find some petrified wood. Tanya gifted me and Rand this book that has gem trails all around Arizona. So we are just south of Winslow, about 8 or 10 miles. Our first little kick, we haven't found anything but trash. So we are going to move down and check a few more. And then there are a couple more places between here and Holbrook. And then we are going to end up in the Petrified Forest and Painted Desert National Park and check it out. So come along for the ride. Well, I think I might have found my first piece. I'm not sure. This could be a piece of petrified wood. I'm in the bottom of a wash and there are an awful lot of black rocks tumbled smooth. I also found this crystal or quartz ball here. As the wind gusts, expected 25 to 30 miles an hour today. We only found a couple of little pieces out there, so we're going to head back and try the next spot. And we stopped at this McHood Park in Winslow, right on East Clear Creek, and they have a little reservoir here, and it's a real nice little park, real pretty, and it's full of water. I'll show you in a little bit. That was the high water mark when the water was flowing good through here. There's the bridge on. That's a bridge on Highway 99 that crosses it. But this is East Clear Creek. This drains from the C.C. Cragen Reservoir. You can see all the debris that got hung up over there. After we got inside the park, I mentioned to Linda and Rand, what if they stop and inspect us on the way out and they find these pieces that we found before we came into the park? And as we're getting ready to leave, they had a sign up that said, "Be prepared to have your cars searched for petrified wood." Well, they didn't search us and we drove on out of the park, but that's something good to know if you go. Do your collecting afterwards or declare it when you go in. There are two ways you can enter the park. One is off Interstate 40, the other is off 180 to the south. From Holbrook, we took 180 to the south and went in that entrance, which is where most of the petrified wood is. One of the things that intrigued us was the agate house, so we wanted to go see that first. And it was beautiful. Pretty good hike up there, but kind of a bummer when we found out that it was rebuilt by the Conservation Corps back in the 30s. There was a foundation there, and they found out there were several of these things all over the place, and they didn't rebuild anymore. But it does offer you to get a good up-close look at some of the beautiful petrified wood that they used to build a structure with, and also a good view of the surrounding area. The trees that make up the forest are between 211 and 218 million years old. By the late 1800s, theft of the wood was so bad, the Arizona Territorial Legislature petitioned the U.S. Congress in 1895 to protect it. In 1906, President Theodore Roosevelt created the Petrified National Monument. The park was elevated to the third national park in Arizona in 1962, along with the Grand Canyon and Saguaro National Park. The park protects 221,390 acres. When the trees were growing, Arizona was part of Pangaea, the supercontinent, closer to the equator than now. As we moved north, an inland sea moved in, volcanoes in southwest Arizona erupted, and as a result of erosion, it has all been exposed for us to see the different layers that were laid down over the past.